the difference you see in terms of the depth you have in your roster now versus this time a year ago?
Well, each position is a little bit different. Each position has its own storyline. When you look at depth, you know, we're not anywhere where we need to be, again, relative to being an elite program. You look at the elite programs, they're modeled with consistency in terms of their depth. You know, we don't have that luxury right now. It's still an opportunity in the recruiting process to come here and play early and play right away. I thought we took monumental strides at the tight end position. We tried to add depth at the running back position. Still nowhere where we need to be, but you know, the one position right now that's extremely concerning is the offensive line position. You know, there's a recruiting class that there are no recruited offensive linemen in that class, so we're still down a recruiting class. Normally, you want to have about 15 offensive linemen on scholarship. I believe we're 9 or 10, you know, with some position changes and individuals moving. That's not where we need to be, especially with the way we want to run the football and play with a high level of physicality. And that's one of the things we had to guard against in this recruiting class, even though it's a recruiting class in terms of high numbers, is you're not going to fix all your deficiencies in one recruiting class. That's just the way it is. You fix it over time, consistency and continuity, and continuing to build upon that. And I thought we were able to build upon that in this recruiting class, but we still have a long ways to go as a program in terms of depth and the overall competitiveness at every position.
Just how big is it that you have that staff continuity, you didn't have to bring anyone new, and especially for a group of guys that a lot of those guys haven't had that before, they've had to start over again every year?
It's huge. You know, you can't put a value on it because it's so significant. You know, you win with consistency and continuity, consistency and messaging. We use a term in our football family called all aligned. Everyone must be all aligned in everything that they say. If you go speak to our receptionists, if you go speak to our trainer, our equipment personnel, our coaches, our strength staff, we all speak the same language. We're all on the same page. And we have that now. And I've said it, you win with consistency and continuity. You know, you talk about the development of the quarterbacks, but now our secondary can walk in there and they're hearing the same things over and over again from Coach Martinez. You know, in the back end and our entire defense hearing the same terminology. We are light years ahead of where we're at this time. We still have much needed growth and improvement, but you know, we have taken tremendous strides in moving forward with this football program.
What's the key to balancing a young team in the spring? You mentioned you have half the team like with the spring. What's the challenge of balancing that versus maybe having a veteran team?
Right. Well, again, everything is, you got to have a little bit of patience, which you all know I'm not real good at, but you got to have great patience. You can't assume anything. It's the small details. You know, so our older players have done a great job of really mentoring our older players. It may slow down your installation a little bit. And, you know, we're going to have 5 practices, and then we'll break for spring break. And then we'll come back, and those 5 practices, when we come back from spring break, are going to be critical that we're able to retain the information that was processed in practices 1 through 5. I will know a little bit more about the maturation process of this football team when we come back after practice 6 of how we respond after spring break. But I think in moving forward, you can't assume anything. It's the small details, it's the meticulous attention to details that we must have, and we always talk about as a teacher, our messaging must be clear, clean, concise, and direct. And we have to do that, and we have to rely on our older players to nurture and bring our younger players along.
Is it very different than if you had a veteran team?
Very different, much different. You can start a lot faster. Your pace will be a lot faster, but I like it. It's invigorating, I know, for me and our entire staff, because they're eager, they're willing. They have no bad habits right now. They hang on every word that you say. So that's the exciting thing. But when you have an older veteran team, you know, we only have 13 seniors in our football program. So when you have an older veteran team, you can go a little bit faster, you can push them a little bit that much more, you're not starting over, you know, and we're not starting over, but we have that foundation. But with a lot of these individuals, they've only been here for a few months.
Coach, as the head coach, was last year a bigger challenge trying to fill those skill spots, or is this year maybe more concerning trying to fill those line spots that you're looking at?
Well, we had the luxury last year of having individuals that have played those positions for a long period of time, and I love them all. They are great character young men. They're doing exceptionally well. I talk to all of them just about every single day. So you had that comfort level where now you have individuals that most of them have never taken a snap in a college football game before. And so, again, you have a different element, but I also see a sense of hunger. Again, this football team has been extremely eager. So it's a balancing act. It's different, but they're all kind of exciting. And like I said, I've liked our mentality. This is a team I found very early that I can challenge them, and they respond. They have not backed down from any challenge that we've thrown at them. But as we know, as the calendar winds down, the challenges become that much greater moving forward.
So many of the guys coming in don't have the strength to play at this level. How does this class shape up in that regard?
They're going to have a great June in July and then into August camp, because where we're at in the program is a lot of these young individuals will be playing. We have no choice. If not, you're going to be playing and I'm going to be playing, and it won't be good. So they have no choice. So that's why we've been challenging the individuals that are, you know, in the conclusion of their senior years. We're challenging them right now at home to continue to get in the weight room and have that work ethic, because they're going to play.